and welcome to Mental Health Summer. This is my Nana. We will be talking about arts and crafts and the benefits to our mental health. Because it's so hot outside, we chose to do it inside today, but to remember to get your vitamin D.
Yes.
For today, my grandma's going to show you some things for the baby boomers. Go ahead, Nana.
Okay. Well, as you know, COVID was really an unusual year for all of us, and I just know that a lot of us had still doctor appointments to attend and just visitations that we needed to make, and all of a sudden we had to do it alone. So if you had a spouse or family members that went with you to doctor appointments, you were told they could not come or attend with you. And I found things that I really enjoyed during that time. And not only that, we weren't able to go shopping, walking around the mall, going for a bike ride, because there was so many restrictions in different states. And so I'm talking to all of you baby boomers out there, from those of you who are frozen in to those of you who had 110-degree weather like we did, or just because your state had a lot of restrictions and didn't let you leave your house. So for those of us who missed our grandkids and were only able to do FaceTime or Skype, what we started doing was, I know I did, is I went to puzzles, and I made a lot of puzzles, and not 500 pieces. My puzzles were 1,000, 5,000 pieces. They took up my whole dining room table. Because I enjoyed working on it, watching a movie, reading a book, going back to my puzzle. And it just really helped keep my mind focused on that it was temporary. It wasn't going to be forever. Another thing that I really enjoy is I enjoy word hunts and Sudoku. So these neat ones here, you can actually have an app, and you can do it while you're waiting on an appointment, while you're sitting on a bench in a park by yourself. Just anytime you want to. You either take the book with you. I know I prefer a book sometimes more than an app, and you can use your app as well. It's just all real stimulating, kind of keeps you focused that things aren't always going to last forever, and situations. And so I really enjoyed it. And another thing that I enjoy too is I know a lot of you have come across the adult coloring books, they call them now. I don't know why they're adult coloring books, because they're flowers. They're not X-rated or rated. They are flowers and pretty pictures, and maybe they're just not something a child would enjoy coloring, so that's why they call it adult. But I know that this is also a good mental relaxation. And sometimes you can sit and just be coloring around the family members. Maybe you and your husband, he doesn't enjoy that kind of thing. He's bored with puzzles, or,
You're talking from experience, Nana?
I'm talking from experience. My husband does not do puzzles, word hunt, or Sudoku, and he does not color. What he does like is he likes yard work. So when he would go outside and want to water or cut down plants to do something for his mental health, I usually had something like this with me so that I could keep myself busy, because I know that I can walk and chew gum at the same time, so I can go and listen to my husband while I'm doing a word search. And it worked for me. Kind of keeps me calm. I enjoy it before I go to bed, better than having a computer in my face, so that I still sleep pretty soundly. What about you? What about your generation, Savannah?
And actually, puzzles come in apps too now.
Oh, okay. There you go.
But arts and crafts can be anything creative. It's just getting your stimulation of your imagination, helps you observe your world a little bit more. I like doing coloring books. My friend actually got this for me when I first came home from Colorado, because she noticed that I love coloring, I love art. You can be more creative and design your own stuff. You can grab a sketchbook. It doesn't even have to be a sketchbook. You can just grab pen and paper. You can grab canvases. I know when I was in Colorado, they were having a sale at Michael's, and they had like these big stacks that came in 5 for like $5. You can do stencils and use stencils in your artwork. It's just anything you want. So I'm going to be coloring while we talk today about the benefits of arts and crafts. I know my grandma, we would spend the summers together and we would make silly putty, just for fun. It was so much fun, it was something to do, and kept us occupied while we printed 100 things from her work.
But you know, crafts is always something to stimulate a calmness and a peace about you. If you make it a project and it's starting to become stressful and it's not coming out the way you want it to, then it didn't serve its purpose.
Right.
Because what you're supposed to get out from this is a sense of peace.
Mm-hmm.
And so it takes you away from worrying about bills or worrying about how the kids are doing. So sometimes for even a couple of minutes or longer, just getting involved in something like this can help just maintain your mental wellness and health. And you just have to know that if I get away, read a book, you know, just get a favorite book that you enjoy and sit down, get your cup of coffee, tea, whatever your favorite drink is, and enjoy that time of peace with that. And I'm going to tell you something. I got these books at the Dollar General, and I did not pay $4.95, and I did not pay $2.95. I paid $1. And you could stack up on these. That way you choose any one you want and have a good time with it. You know, encourage your grandkids. There's some for children, and say, hey,
Yeah.
look, why don't you do a word search? I'll do a word search, or do it together. Look up the words together. There's a word in here, help. Ask your grandchild. You find one, then I'll find one. And it just kind of takes them away from maybe their worries too, because this is something that can affect children all the way to adults. You know, we're always looking for our mental health and finding a place of just finding peace and calmness within you.
And if you can't think of like any arts and crafts to do, there's a ton at Michael's that are set boxes that you can do with your kids or yourself. There's Pinterest. Pinterest is a great way to think of ideas for arts and crafts to do with yourself, with your kids. Pinterest is a great way for those of any age onto thinking of crafts. And I think that's why during lockdown, a lot of people did DIYs, because they're stuck home all the time and they just wanted something to get their minds off. So it was that time to do the things that they wanted to do in their house that they didn't have time for beforehand.
And just like she was saying about the silly putty, when I used to have the girls come stay summers with me, I just thought of things that we could do that didn't cost a lot of money. And it was homemade silly putty, and we had a great time with it. You know, they wanted to do it over and over, so we'd make a batch, play with that, get rid of that, the next day make another batch. You need like 3 items to make it. It's all online, so you can find out how to do it. And we enjoyed ourselves. I bought inexpensive, under $20 swimming pools, put them in the backyard, filled them up with water, and yes, even I got in it. We'd sit in it and have a grand old time laughing and having a good time with it. Bubbles is another, you know,
They're great.
You get bubbles and I'm telling you, teenagers love all of that. You know, there's something about when a grandmother or grandfather does it with them, it's so different from a parent. They just think it's the funniest thing there is to do, you know. So we did that, and that just kind of would calm our evenings down, and we just enjoy it.
So thank you guys for watching this segment on arts and crafts. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you got some ideas. Thank you for watching, and always remember to listen, love, and connect. Bye.